and I'm going to share with you ways to help you get unstuck. The first one is to start getting rid of things that no longer resonate with you or are no longer aligned with who you are. You see that jacket that doesn't fit anymore? Get rid of it. You see those socks that have holes in them? Get rid of it. And the reason I say this is when you keep wearing clothes that don't fit you anymore, you're never going to feel like yourself. If you keep wearing clothes that don't fit you anymore, you're never going to feel like yourself. Think about it. You lost a lot of weight, but you keep wearing the same baggy clothes from 6 months ago, from when you were that size. You are now a completely different person from 6 months ago, both mentally, both physically, and both emotionally. Why? Because you shed the weight you shed the weight of the emotions that weight was keeping you in. You shed the personality, because you're no longer the same person who was doing the same activities from that 6 months ago. You shed the emotional mindset from that person who was 6 months ago, who was overweight, right? So you lost a lot of stuff right there, right? These are all, even though these things that you've lost are not visual or physically in your space, you've lost that, but you're still holding on to the objects that person in that 6 months ago had. Why? And that's why you feel stuck. Even though you've transformed, you've changed, you've done all these things, the things in your external space, in your external environment is still reflecting the person that you no longer are. So it's important for you to, as you're transforming and as you're making these little changes in your life and evolving, that you're getting rid of the things that are no longer in alignment with you. Like if that jacket doesn't fit, holding on to that jacket doesn't make any sense anymore, because it doesn't fit who you are. It doesn't fit the new version of you. And the more you step into the new version of you by letting go of the past objects, the easier it will be for you, because what people don't realize is that objects hold energy, and sometimes the energy in an object can help actually keep you from moving forward. This is why, like, say you walk into a room, and even though you for some reason you always feel negative whenever you walk into this space, and you don't know why you're feeling negative when you walk into this space. Sometimes it could just honestly be the objects. Say you had a shelf in that corner that you don't like, but you just keep there because it's there. Say you have a desk in the corner that you don't like, but you keep it there because it's there. Your brain doesn't just forget that the dresser, that the shelf and the desk are there. It still computes that information every time you walk into the room. Now imagine if you took out that shelf and you took out that dresser. Now when you walk into the room, your brain doesn't have to focus. Your brain is no longer focusing on that object, and it's not on those two objects. It can focus on other things. And that's why sometimes when you remove something, you start noticing other things that you need to change and transform. That's just part of the process of just decluttering your life, decluttering your feelings, decluttering your emotions. Just chuck it away. Chuck it away. And that's kind of and that's how I think of, especially like say you're ADHD. When you're ADHD, people are like, oh, you can't keep focused. But the problem is, as they explain it, is that you take in so much information when you have ADHD that it's not that you're not focusing, it's that you just have so much stuff to focus on. So things that you remove from your visual frame, your brain doesn't have to process. So it's finally able to just get to the root of what needs to be done, the root of what needs to be changed, the root of what needs to get started. You don't have to focus on all this clutter, all this stuff holding you back. You can just focus on, you know what? I don't have to think about this room anymore. Let me just do this. I don't have to think about these shoes anymore. Let me just do this. I don't have to think about these closet and this jacket anymore, or what I'm gonna wear for work anymore. I'm just gonna wear this right away, and it saves you time, saves you energy, saves you stress. So try that, guys. I hope that helps.